live their life. So tonight, I'm really excited. Me, Mel, and Ange are doing this call. Oh my God. Sorry, Erica's baby's so little. And first of all, I just want to, hi, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Brianna. I live in Denver, Colorado. I've been in the business for almost 3 years now. So excited to have you guys. Welcome, 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 everyone. Cece's on here. She's my newest MP. Hi, I'm so excited to have you here. She was my VIP and now she turned market partner because y'all know these products are the bomb. So tonight, me, Mel, Ange, and I are going to share a little bit about ourselves and about mindset, obviously, but like how we've shifted our mindset, how this business has changed our mindset, and things that we've done that has shifted us from when we started to where we are now. And just so you guys know, these two girls are at the top 3% of the company. I think all three of us are at the top 3% of the company. So we kind of know what we're doing. But what I love about this business is that no one's an expert. It's not one person that knows everything. We literally all come in the exact same way and we just learn from each other. So I do love that part of the business so much. So like I said, my name is Brianna. When I started this business, I was a private jet flight attendant. I had no clue I was going to be a mom. That was not written in my books. I was like, I'm going to be single for life. I'm going to live on the beach. When I'm too old to be a private jet flight attendant, they're going to drag me out of here. And I'm just going to like have a juice shack in Costa Rica and that'll be it. That was my dream life, which really sounds good. I'm not going to lie. But things changed and now I'm a mom and I love it. I'll never change. Well, I can't change it, but I would never look back and regret that. And some of you know I'm pregnant with my second one. So I'm so excited for that. Yes, I see your face. So yeah, so like life changes literally from one day to the other, things change. And so just like things happen, like you wake up and you gain a job or you lose a job, you wake up and you gain a partner or you lose a partner, right? You wake up and you don't feel as motivated. And some days you wake up and you're like ready to run a freaking marathon you've never ran in your life. Like things change every single day. But the one thing that you can control is your mindset and where your mind goes and the things that you decide to do or not do. So this business has taught me a lot. It's taught me confidence. It's taught me who I am. It's taught me my worthiness. And most of all, it's taught me how to think like a millionaire. So I grew up with my parents did their best. They did their best. We weren't exactly the richest people in the neighborhood, but they did their best. They gave it their all. And I had a good life. I'm not gonna lie, like I had a good life, but I was a hustler from day one because what I knew is I didn't want to live like my parents did. I didn't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I didn't want to live saying no to everything. But I also had zero passion. I didn't go to college. I dropped out a few times. I did go to college, got my interior design certificate, never really did anything with it. Like I just had no direction in life. But I have been through a lot of tough shit and everyone has their story. Everyone has gone through their things. So I always had this like feeling that I went through what I went through and I got out of it with a clean face, full teeth, full of life, ready to go, not giving up. And I say that because I partied my ass off, okay? So I got really lucky that my face looks good, my teeth are in, and I'm still alive and breathing and healthy. So I feel like there's a reason why I'm here. There's a reason why I'm in this life still alive. Somehow I made it alive through everything that I did. And even though I don't have a college degree, I'm not a millionaire yet, I still have a lot to show for. I still have a lot of value to bring to people. And I also feel like there are other women, that are maybe in toxic relationships, domestic violence, maybe are, addicted to drugs or addicted to just like self-sabotage, which is something that I lived for a really long time. And for me to be able to be who I am now, coming from that, that's powerful. And so I I have learned through this business to stop carrying shame from my past and really turn that into power and become more of a influencer, I guess, if you want to say, but more of like just serving people, interacting with other women and showing them that, hey, no matter what you're going through, you can come out of it. And I know that it may not seem that way now, but you can. And it doesn't happen because I handed anyone money or, I like, what do you say? Like I spoon fed anyone anything. It's because of my mindset. My mindset is everything. So what you're going to learn in this business is, yeah, you're going to learn how to be better on social media. You're going to learn how to make sales. You're going to learn how to talk to people. You're going to learn all those things. But the one thing that's going to be the hardest thing to do is to master your mindset. Because depending on how old you are, you've probably been carrying that crap around for your whole life, right? Like I carried around that I'm so fat, I have so much cellulite, I should be so ashamed for my past. I mean, all these things that I carried for so long. I carried being shameful from, wanting to be rich. I was always told that rich people are evil. I mean, all these things, and things that I didn't even know until I started facing myself because of this business. So your mindset's going to be the biggest thing that you're going to work on every single day. I've been in this business for 3 years and I still work on it every day. I catch myself every single day being like, you're not thinking that, you're thinking this, that's it. So things that I've done that have helped me a lot is personal development. What's so cool about this business is we literally get paid to do personal development. Now, when I joined this business, I was definitely like, no thanks. That's for like weirdos. That's for people who need serious help. I was like, no. But let me tell you what, that held me back from like sprinting in my business for a year because I was like pushing it back. I was like, I don't need that. I'm good. I know how to meditate. Like I do yoga. I don't need that other stuff. But there was so much crap that I had inside that I wasn't dealing with. And so this business makes you face it. So be ready. And you really can't be ready. You just got to do it and be like, oh my God, this is what came up. Find someone that you can trust in this business because when you look for advice for people who are outside of this type of business, it's really hard to understand where we're coming from. And so I really, if you don't listen to anything I say tonight, the one thing I really, really, really want you to understand is that find someone that you trust in this business that you're willing to be open and vulnerable with what you're going through. We have our entire community. No one's going to judge you. We've all been through it. Some the same, some worse, some a little bit lighter. So we can all help each other out. But if you don't feel comfortable sharing it in the chat, go to your upline or your sideline or someone that you feel comfortable with because you don't have to do this alone. And when you do it alone, you make it so much harder on yourself and you kind of push your journey a little bit longer because you're by yourself. And, think of it this way, like if you go to the gym and you've never been to the gym before, you need someone to tell you what to do, right? That's exactly how this business is. All of us have been, well, not all of us, some of us have been in this business for longer than 3 months. So we've already faced some things. We've already been through some things. So we're here for each other. And so that is something that changed a lot for me. I started taking my personal development really seriously. And the way that I took it seriously is I do not get out of bed without telling myself I'm going to have a great freaking day. I'm a millionaire. I'm closer to where I want to be. I'm able to retire my parents. It's raining market partners, I actually say directors. I'm a director magnet. It's raining VIPs. Today's gonna be a great day. Yeah, there's things that are gonna come across my way, but I'm gonna be able to handle them like a boss. Now, you guys, by the time I get to my toothbrush some days, all those thoughts have already flown out the door, okay? Because we're all human. But that is something that even if by the time I get to my toothbrush, it's already gone, it's something that like just fuels your fire. It starts building that positive momentum for your life. And so also throughout my day, if I catch myself self-sabotaging, whether it's saying something to myself or gossiping about someone else, right? Or comparing myself to someone else, or knowing that I need to do something and instead I like go watch Netflix or just go get busy doing something else. That's another way of self-sabotaging and putting your business in the back burner. All of those little things are not going to get you to where you want to be. So when I catch myself kind of allowing those things to like happen, I'm like, okay, I need to like watch a YouTube video or do something, put the manifestation album on, like whatever type of mood that I need. If I need to like lift myself up, it's the manifestation album. If it's like comparison mode, I'm going to watch a YouTube really quick, because that quickly you can change that. What we're so used to doing is getting in that mode and then going in deeper, digging that hole deeper instead of getting ourselves out of it. So you're going to start to learn that, hey, this doesn't serve me. How can I get out of it quick? Right? Sometimes it's just getting fresh air. Sometimes it's going to the gym or working out, or like there's so many things that you're going to find out about yourself that you're going to help yourself become better and get through things quicker. So affirmations is a huge one. I have them all over my house. I have my vision board on my phone. I have my vision board in my room. I have things that remind me constantly of why I'm doing what I want to do, right? And I know you guys hear me say a lot, millionaire, millionaire, millionaire. For me, I joined this business only wanting $300 to $500 a month. I never thought I would get the Cadillac, never thought I would earn a trip, never even thought the possibility of me becoming a millionaire was a thing. I was good with just 300 to 500. And a lot of people start this business with that. No matter what you want to do in this business, it's possible, but it's only going to be possible with you mastering your mindset. And that is with every single day. It's practice every single day. Okay. So now I say I'm going to be a millionaire. Yeah, being a millionaire sounds nice. Having $1 million sounds nice, but it's not because I want to be a millionaire so I can like be a millionaire. There are things that I want to do, really deep things that I want to do. I want to retire my parents. I want to donate my director bonus checks to people in need. There are things that I want to do that I know now that this business can help me accomplish it. And those are my whys. So my whys are so strong that I've been waking up at like 5, 6 in the morning, tossing and turning in my bed, being like, girl, you need to get up because you have things to do. Your business runs on Eastern time. You're in Colorado time, like no time to waste. Let's get it. Okay. So my why keeps me going. And I have this written down and I don't have my notes in front of me, but my why, like, yeah, every day gets me going. And how I stay motivated is the fear of what if it didn't happen, right? What keeps me going is every single day, even when I don't want to show up, whether I'm throwing up, whether I have COVID, whether I'm busy, I show up for my business no matter what. And I know anyone here can say that that's true because I show up every single day. Every single day. I don't care what's happening. I don't care what's going on. Because guess what? Showing up for this business is 20 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. That's nothing compared to clocking in and being somewhere I don't want to be and helping someone else get rich and not me. How am I going to get closer to my goals if I'm not focused on what I want to do? If you don't have a strong enough why, if you don't have fear about if I don't give this my all, what is going to happen, then guess what? You're going to fly by this business and you're just going to let whatever happens happen. But it's kind of like driving a car. If you don't have a destination, you're going to end up nowhere. So have a game plan. Figure out what kind of habits you need to have in place in your life so that you can get this done. If you're not an organized person, get organized. Figure out what your day looks like. Figure out where you can add this in. This isn't the type of business where like someone's going to tell you what to do every day. No, you're your own boss. You're going to figure it out. You have resources. You have the community. You have the tools. You just need you to hold yourself accountable every single day and do what you need to do. Of course, for all of you who are brand new, Your mentor is going to give you step by step, for the first 7 days. And then after that, we check in about every week. And yeah, that happens in the beginning. But after that, you have the community, but it's totally up to you. And the reality is, this business can be whatever you make it. Really, it really can. It can do so many great things. So the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is 2 things. One, the average American has $1,500 or less in their savings account. That's freaking sad. Okay. I made way more than that just in my bonus check today. This business is not like your employee mindset type of business. This business is the type of business like planting a garden. What you plant today, you're going to reap in the next 30, 60, 90 days. A lot of people quit because they show up for a day, they show up for a week, and nothing happens, and then they quit. But guess what? You have to think of it like you're a gardener, okay? You're planting seeds. Things are gonna grow. Okay, so some people on here have been in the business for longer than 3 years. Longer than 3 months. Raise your hand, drop a 1 in the chat, say yes, however you wanna do it. Have you ever had someone say no, and now they're either part of your business, they're your VIP, they're your market partner, whatever it is? Yeah, I see people raising hands, saying 1. Yes, exactly. That just goes to show that just because someone says no now, just because someone, whatever, ghosts you, whatever you want to say, doesn't mean that's the end all. This business is something where you do it now and you see it in the next 30, 60, 90 days. So know that, okay? Also, most people have $1,500 or less in their savings account. This business is not for most people. You're going to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to do things that you've never done before. But guess what? If you keep doing the same shit, the same routine that you've been doing, you're going to stay in the same exact place you are. So there's a reason why you invested in yourself. There's a reason why you're here. It's because you're willing to try something new, to do something new, so you can have something new. So always keep that in mind. Yes, I'm uncomfortable. Yes, I've never done this before. Yes, I want to watch Netflix, but I'm going to go to watch a training instead for 30 minutes or network with someone for 30 minutes because I can watch Netflix right after that. That is the type of things that this business, that mindset is what you need for here. And then the last thing I'm going to leave you with, guys, is Monet has its own brand. Monet spends thousands, probably millions of dollars branding themselves. People can get on the Monet website, order their stuff without you. So, are you here to sell? No. Are you here to sell products? Excuse me, no. You're here to brand yourself. You're here to step into whatever amazing light that you want to be. To me, I'm like the baddest bitch in the world. I'm a hot MILF. I got it going on. So I don't necessarily feel that way now, but I show up as that person every single day because I know that's who I'm going to be as I keep growing as a person, right? So I'm not on my Instagram branding Monet, being like Monet, Monet, Monet. I'm like, my life is better because I got dry shampoo and I don't have to wash my hair every day. My life is better because I went and got a facial today and I got paid while I was getting a facial, right? My life is better because I get to spend time with this amazing community of people who all have the same vision, who all want to help each other out. And damn, does that feel good? Because I've never been part of a business where people want to see you win. Never. It's always been dog eat dog. I'm grateful for so many things in this business, and you're going to find gratitude in things in this business. And the way to do that is to sell hopes and dreams and not products. Once you look salesy on your Instagram, you're a salesperson. And really in this business, we're here to make friends. We're here to build dreams. We're here to help each other out. And for all of you who are brand new, are probably like, this sounds insane. But don't worry. After a month or 2 and longer of being in this business, you will start saying the same thing. This business has changed my life, and you're going to hear how this business has changed Mel's life. I'm so excited for you guys to meet her. I'm obsessed with her. She is part of our tribe. I met her in Florida when I went down there, and I was just so excited. She has such good energy. But what I love most about her is that she has her own lash business. She literally kills it. If you live in Florida, you need to get your lashes done by her. So she runs her business all day, every day, and still does this business and is still at the top 3% of this business. To me, that just goes to show there's no excuse. There's no, I don't have enough time. There's no, none of that. When you want this business, you make it work for you. So, Mel, I'm so excited.
I
Tell them
love
who you are,
you.
girl.
Well, I love you. You like went off on like such amazing like tangibles. I'm like, me and Angela are probably like, oh my God, like what is there left to say? But no. So hi everyone. My name is Melanie. It's nice to meet all of you guys. There's so many new faces. It's literally like insane just like seeing like how fast we're growing. And I've been in this business for a year now, and it's just it's mind-blowing. It's just so amazing. So a little bit about me is, yes, I am a business owner. I do have my own lash business down here in South Florida. I've been self-employed now, working for myself for about 2 years, but I've been in Monet for one now. I can't even believe it. It's been a whole year. And like thinking about it, like looking back as to like who I was like when I first started, which I felt like pretty like confident in myself, because I had like built something and I was working on a brand for myself, but I was like doing that all by myself, and there was so many hard lessons to be learned by myself. So it was kind of like when I was like introduced to like Monet, which thank you to Angela. um so it's a funny story actually. So we went to high school together, and, we weren't really like that close in high school, but she ended up getting her lashes done by me. And I'd been approached by this business like from a few different people at a time. But she came in and got her lashes done. And just seeing Angela from high school to like where she is now, from like always like being a hustler, like working at like restaurants, and now she's like full time in this online business, traveling. The way she like showed up on her Instagram, like mindset, personal development, like it was very attractive to me. I was like, that's my girl. Okay, I want to hear about it from her. So just seeing like how she like completely transformed her life, I was like, wow. Oh, wait, what was it? It was the conversation about London. She was like, you should go. And I was like, I own a business. Like, there's no way. Like, if I'm not working, there's no money being brought in. She's like, well, you could always get paid while you're on vacation. And then I was like, okay, my ears are open. Because a little bit about me is, kind of like Brie, like sometimes, the life that we are, being brought up in kind of like gives us no choice but just to become these like serial hustlers. It's kind of like we got to make it for ourselves because no one else is going to be there to give it for us. Um, so I took the leap of faith. I was like, all right. I thought at the time I really didn't have, enough time on my hands because, like I said, I was building a brand for myself. I was doing that full time. And I also was like partying a lot, to be honest. I was partying a lot. I was just not realizing where I was putting my time. I was mindlessly scrolling on Instagram. And then, Angela like really like brought it to my attention. She's like, girl, you're watching me. You can be making money doing it. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. It's time to do better. So fast forward a year, not to go too deep into my story, I can get pretty long. But I joined this company like miraculously right before the whole pandemic like shut down. So I didn't get any unemployment and I had to close my business. And at the time I had just gotten out of like a really long relationship. So like now I have all these financial responsibilities on top of my, on my own, and there's no income being made, but I had this in my back pocket, and I was like, all right, we're going to run it. We're going to run it and we're going to full send it. And when you choose to not just like treat it like a hobby and treat it like a business, that's when you start seeing the results. And aside from like that, like all the amazing things that come along like in this business, I think just like going through some of the hardest times in my life, and like I mean all of us, like we all went through, like that was a pretty scary thing when COVID first came out. We're like, are we ever going to go back to work? just to like have like just such an amazing, like, meet all these beautiful souls and like all want the same things for each other. And it's like, listen, we're all in this together, and like, let's make money, let's help people, let's change lives. So here I am talking about how in love I am with the community. I'm like, where am I going with this? But yeah, so this community like has really just saved my life from like, I feel like from the start of it, to be honest, just learning how much I've grown just from all the community and like the personal development that we have to offer. It's like, wow, a year later, I'm like, who am I now? Like, here I am on a freaking Zoom call on a Monday night, like talking to like new faces about my story. It's like, I would have never done that. I've always been kind of like, I'm like a hustle and silence. And then like, I'm not silent on the weekends. But it's crazy. So that's a little bit about my story, not to get off the walls. This is why I do my notes. So, okay, like what are some things that I think that have helped me as far as being in this business and, leveling, evolving with it? Definitely, like Bree said, like personal development is everything. I think personal development is probably one of my biggest takes from this business, what's helped me the most. And in all aspects of my life, not even just in this business. This business really is like 90% of it is ran through your ear, through between your ears. So yeah, listen to podcasts. I've always been into podcasts, but I don't think until I started this business, I started really like understanding that like, if you're in a mood, or it's like, you need a podcast every single day. You need to constantly be feeding your brain like something new, and just like things to take away from and then like give back to the world, because not everybody knows what podcast is, believe it or not. And it's like, you can learn something and like not only like give value to yourself, but like give value to others, and like that's what's going to attract people to you and to your business. So yes, that Bree was, affirmations are everything for me. Affirmations are huge because this business, I feel like a lot of people tend to not want to jump in, is because of their like limiting beliefs and like all these like self-doubts that they have in their mind. Like, what, like I could never like go on like my Instagram live and like curl my hair. I don't even know how to use a blow dryer. Like, and yeah, me too. That new blow dry brush is everything. But it's like, those limiting beliefs is like what people, it's like, you're going to let what you think about yourself stop you from making $1 million or like making 20K a month, because these girls are out here doing it and they're all under like 25 years old. Like, why can't you? Tell me, why can't you? Because you can. You just have to get really uncomfortable and do things that you've never done before, because that's the only way we're going to grow initially. You can't do the same things every day and expect different results. It's not going to happen. So I believe like once you learn to like face your own fears and start realizing what your limiting beliefs are and then like tackling them. So whatever you think it is, like say the opposite out loud, write it down every single day. If you have a glass mirror, take your expo marker and I am inspiring, I am independent, I am strong, I am that bitch. And yeah, I feel like just like telling yourself that type of energy is really going to help you transform, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's the little things, like, okay, like set up like little challenges for yourself. Like, okay, maybe, I'm going to just, post go on my story and show my face and like tell everybody like one motivational thing that I learned today from my podcast. It's like little steps like that. It's like, now people, if I don't show up and post like 100 stories a day, people are like, are you okay? Where what's going on? And it was so funny because when I got locked out of my Instagram, they're like, people literally thought like something awful happened to me. But just like set up little challenges like that for yourself. It's also just going to help you like build that confidence of like, hey, okay, I said I was going to do that, I did it. So it's like, I got through it, like I can do it again. Like, that's what we do in this business. We challenge each other. We do things that we don't want to do because it's just for our own better. And if you're not willing to do that, then maybe this business isn't for you. And that's okay, because being an employee is for some people and not being an employee is for some people. And this is a great way to weed out to find out what who you are and what you really want, hard you're going to go get it. So affirmations are a thing. What else? Invest in yourself and your mindset. Like, not even just in this business, but it's like one thing that I started doing is investing in like online challenges. Like I have a lot. If you don't follow her, she does Monet too. Lana Lashes, she's like my queen. I relate to her hard. She's a badass like lash artist, mama bear, and she's an entrepreneur. She kills it like in anything she does. So she does a lot of challenges, and I would invest like literally $10, and like I get to learn from her like every day for 7 days out of the week. But it's like little things like that, which, I mean, mind you, there are a lot of opportunities to learn from these successful people and just study them and like listen to them for free. But it's like just taking the initiative to be like, hey, like study successful people and duplicate what they're doing, basically, because they all did that too at one point, so invest in like challenges, invest in your education, like buy a freaking book on like how to talk to people, or like how to get out of your comfort zone, or like if you're not feeling confident about your content, like invest in a freaking selfie light. It does all the difference, and it's very handy. So definitely like invest in yourself, invest in your mind 100%. You always want to make sure you're learning something new, because like I said, you can't pour from an empty cup. You want to be able to like, pour to your followers. You want to pour to your team. You want to pour to your teammates. Did I just call us teammates? Is that what we're teammates. We're freaking family. Shut up. We're family. You want to pour into each other. Like, and like, I'm so thankful, because it's like Bree has been able to give me like amazing, like, valuable like tips and like information, but she wouldn't have been able to do that if she didn't pour into herself first, just like how she pours into herself every single day so she can pour back out for us. And guys, we got to be super thankful for that. But do it for you too, do it for, imagine one day you guys are going to have a huge team too, and you want to be able to be that bitch too and do that. So always learn something new every day. Duplication is what we do. Duplicate, but do you, but like make it you. So, like we're a brand. We learned how to brand. We learn all these things, which, you're going to, a lot of you are new. And, I get at first it can be like, oh my God, where do I start? Like, take a deep breath. We got you. But what was I going with that? Okay. Duplicating, but make it you, because, yes, like at the end of the day, we all like are doing the same things. And sometimes it's going to sound repetitive, but it's not, because your followers or your friends or your family, they're going to hear it differently when it comes from you. So when I say duplicate, I mean like get inspired and like do things like in your own way. That's like, it's you, like be authentic. Like, some people are going to relate more to me and my story than like to Angela and, her wanderlust, like vision of life. I'm just like, I'm going to stay right here. No, don't get me wrong. I love traveling, but tangent. Okay, what else? Okay, we learned how to value. Don't compare yourself. Bree said that too, but that's something that I did a lot, and it was kind of like, sometimes I still do it. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys I don't do a lot of things. There's a lot of things I'm still working on after a year being in this business, even in the top 3%. I'm like, I'm in the top 3%. Yes, you are, Melanie. Mindset language check. Yes, I am. And, I have to think about it. It's like, wow, how did I get here? And it's like, I think I really personally got here is because of the personal development for me. And it was just the talking to yourself, the mindset, like the energy that you just want to wake up with and pour out to the world and like pour back into yourself. I was able to do that into my own personal business too. So this business is a win-win in so many situations. It's just how open are you going to like open your eyes to see that and like do something about it. Okay, so again, being organized. Okay, so I'm like the least organized person ever, and it's just done nothing but like bite me in the butt. Okay, Angela got me a whiteboard, of course, and she taught me how to do something with it. if you don't plan, you know, you're gonna, what is it? If you don't plan, you're gonna plan to fail. That's it. Okay. I always like thought about that. It's like, yeah, but like I can say I'm gonna do something and like mental note, I'll do it. But like, no, like this business has a lot of like money like producing activities that we need to like make sure that we're like, okay, check. And if you don't have that visual like list, and like it's there to remind me, even sometimes I'm still like, I see you, you know, but do it. And it's just like being organized. It's going to make you feel better. Like, Angela, please, for a second, you're not even at home. I was going to say, show your freaking stickies. It's retarded.
I know. I just thought of that. She walked in my house yesterday and she's like, holy type A. I'll show it to you guys later. I have a video.
Yeah. And then it's like alphabetical order too. It's crazy. You don't have to go that hard, but you know, just be like organized. It helps. Have a calendar, like write things down. Like I swear to God, even for me, it's like there's a phone calendar, there's visual calendar, because I need it all. I need it all to get it done, but it's like, that's okay. You know, it's like the effort that you're putting into try. It's like, if you have a goal, break it down, simplify it, and okay, this is what I need. What do I need to get there? How am I going to do it? It's don't overthink it. Like, oh my God, the DR is like 50,000 PGV. Like, how am I going to do that? It's like, sister, like take a deep breath. We can do this. Break it down in a month, break it down by a week. Now break it down with money producing activities. That's how you're going to get it done. So be organized. That's going to help you a lot. Those are some things that I've learned. You know, and, you know, manifest, but work. Believe in yourself, because belief is everything. Our belief system is everything. It's our posture in our business. Having posture. I'm using that word from Daniel G. Bree's smiling because she knows what I'm talking about. So what is posture? It's like that energy, like how you show up. Like don't ever for a second let your voice crack when you talk about your business, basically. It's like, you know, like, yes, like when you're first starting out, it's like you can't be like, yeah, like my whole life has changed and like I'm a millionaire. Like, yeah, sister, you are, but it, you know, like you just don't lose that belief system, because when you doubt it for a second, you know, that's where it's gonna be like, oh, but like, you know, like don't, like tell yourself that, believe it. You need to believe in this business. If not, then it's like you're always gonna have that doubt in your mind. But like, oh, but it's like, no, this is a lottery ticket sitting in your hands, and it's like, are you gonna share it? Are you gonna work it? Are you gonna do something about it? Or are you just gonna have that doubt in the back of your mind? Because believe it or not, the subconscious like manifests as well. So we don't want that for you. So I think just really truly being like believing in yourself, like, yeah, like these girls traveling all around the world, penthouses in Miami, like with this business, they're doing everything that they're telling us to do. How they did it, it's like they're giving us the answers, and it's just like, it's, you know, it's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's so easy, you can do it. No, it takes a lot of work, but it's rewarding. It's rewarding. And you know what? And if maybe you don't see those big rewards now, like it's the small rewards right now for me. It's the like, holy crap, I wrote something on a whiteboard. For me, it's the podcast and personal development. For me, it's the holy crap, I've met like so many amazing people in this business, and I'm literally probably gonna like go to their weddings and like cry when they give birth. For me. So there's so many amazing things about this business, and it's the small ones, you know. Yes, one VIP. Yes, one VIP, one new market partner. They made a goal, like celebrate the small wins, because it's just gonna like fuel your fire for later. It's like, remember when I got excited about one market partner? It's like, girl, you just brought in 10 in a month. What? So believe in you. Believe in you. Belief is everything in this business. Did I like miss anything? I feel like I went off. That was great. What else? You guys, I've learned a lot. You're going to learn a lot, but you have to be open to like wanting to learn a lot. And I know it can feel like a lot, and but like Bree said, like, remember your why. Why do you want to do this? Do you really believe like this company is able to get you to freaking to the top? Because if you don't, then that's what's stopping you from actually doing the things you need to do every day, because you have that doubt in your head. So once you get that out and you get clear on your vision, you'll start doing shit that you need to do, and then you'll start seeing results. Add me. Let's be friends if we're not already. All right, I'm gonna pass it off. I've been on a roll. Angela.
Girl, I was just saying, you are on one tonight. Your energy is fire.
It's crazy because I'm so tired.
I have you guys on my computer over here, so I'm kind of like looking to the side a little bit. My notes are over there too, but that was fire. I mean, that just made me so happy. I love you. I love Bree. I love all of you guys, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys tonight about mindset, because honestly, mindset was something that until this business, I never had it's funny that we're talking about mindset, but I never thought about my mindset. And, that's really where it starts, is self-awareness. But for me, guys, I'm Angela. I am 24. I live in South Florida. If you guys don't know me, I have been in this business for 2 years now, over 2 years. And it has been a journey, and I will never tell you anything different. Like, when I first started, you guys, I was a full-time college student doing school online. I had gone to the University of Central Florida, but couldn't afford to stay living in Orlando. So I was living here. I had a job at Papa's Raw Bar. That's how I met Bree. And you guys, I worked honestly, I felt like it was slave labor. Like, we all joke about it in hindsight about that place, like, because we're all still friends, but like, they would work us 55, 60 hours a week. Like, that was normal. You had the same people working every day. We only had a dinner shift. So it's like, it was from 4 to 10. It wasn't that hard, but it was hard on my body. It was hard on my spirit, honestly. Like, Bree was talking about how, she's never had a job before that's been so empowering. Like, she's serious. Like, my spirit was crushed there as a human being. And like, this is me being super real with you guys. I gave them everything. I was in school for business and finance, and I was working so well that they made me a manager. And if you're familiar with the restaurant industry, you know that just means it's like, screw you. I helped them, put in training systems. I helped with all the paperwork. I was very like administrative mindset. I was a very, very good employee. I have always been, I was taught, go to school, get a job. Like, my mom was a teacher. Like, I was brought up, you're going to college, there's no other option. And, my financial aid situation shifted. I don't know if you guys have heard my story at all. I talk about it all the time, but I was the only one who could provide for me. My parents had gotten a divorce and nobody could help me. I had nobody in my family that was like, oh, like, here's a couple bucks to go get some groceries. Like, no, if I didn't work, I didn't get paid. If I didn't get paid, I couldn't pay my school. And like, it was just this cycle of like, I didn't know how to get out of it, honestly. So when I came across this opportunity, and I tell people, I reached out to Bree thinking that I was getting a job as a private jet flight attendant. That's what I wanted to do. Like, Mel jokes about my wanderlust kind of thing, but like, it's true. I can't stay in the same place for like more than a year. Like, that's just how I am. I go stir crazy. Like, I want to explore. And I thought that would be perfect for me, but she's like, oh, we're going to do you one better and we're going to build you a business. I had no idea how to, like, I couldn't see myself as a business owner. I had no idea what was going on. I bought shampoo and I was like, you know what? I just bought really good shampoo, and, I might learn some things. That's cool. But honestly, I just want to live Bree's life. So I'm going to do whatever she tells me to do. I don't really care. Like, at the end of the day, I didn't want to live my own life. I literally didn't. So the first year, I just wanted to be part-time at this job. Like, I did not want my feet to ache every night before I go to bed. I would literally get home from work and didn't even want to shower, even though I smelled like sushi and eel sauce. But I was so just like drained. So the last thing, you guys, when people were telling me like, did you have a conversation today? Have you talked to people? I was like, yeah, I did that. I didn't do that. Like, I was screwing myself because of my mindset. So I can relate to every single person that comes into this business and they just see the no's, right? Like all you see is how it's not working out for you. How when I went to my hairdresser, so excited to tell her about it, you know what she told me? That shit's gonna make your hair fall out. I'll see you in 6 months when you're bald. Never went back to that hairdresser, but that crushed me. I thought this was going to be my first business partner. We were in the same network. Like, guys, it's not all roses and sunshine. I don't know who ever like made it out to be that way. Like, the wins come after you struggle for it. That's the truth, but it's so worth it. It is so worth it because not only do the external wins come along, that's a byproduct of the internal transformation, and it starts here and here by coming from a place of love and mastering your mind. So I have a couple notes that was totally off rip, just kind of like where I came from. And along the way, you guys, it's so funny because like I would be in the shower listening to a podcast because that was the only time I had to listen to a podcast. So that's why it's funny because Bree's always like, oh, you're in the shower when we do calls. Yeah, because I've just learned that that's time that I'm doing nothing, you know, like that's time that I can be doing anything, you know? So don't let your excuses for a second keep you in the same place, because they will keep you in the same place, but you have to be bigger than your excuses here. So first things first, when you hear things that you don't want to hear, because that's me, like when I hear something I don't want to hear, in one ear out the other. Okay, yeah, you know, be coachable. Like I can't tell you how many times like Bree and I have had hard ass conversations. Like Bree and I have had to like deep down into like my personal shit that I don't want to go through and address. Like I'm being immature, don't want to address my faults. Like we're gonna do that, and you have to be available for it. Like, are you available for feedback? Are you available to be coachable? Are you available to listen to your peers? Right? Because they see things differently than you will. To this day, I ask Bree and Chelsea, and sometimes even like the whole team, like things to say, because here's the deal. When you're having conversations, your head is in that conversation. You're emotionally attached to it. Even if you don't think you are, even if you're like, oh, I don't care what happens with this conversation, somebody has another insight that can help you. Be available for help. If you're not asking for help, you will never get it. Tenley, who isn't on this call, she's one of our Cali girls. She texted me, I think it was like Saturday. She texted me at like 9 p.m. at night, my time. She's like, hey, I don't think you can do it, but is it possible that you can do a 3-way at midnight your time? It's 9 p.m. for me over here. I did it, but she would have never known if she didn't ask, okay? So don't count yourself out thinking that, oh, they're gonna be too busy for me. Oh, they've got enough on their plate. Ask and you shall receive. And if that person can't give it to you, you ask somebody else, okay? When you stop, anytime you have doubts, anytime, you know, we all have doubts. If you think that there are days that Jacqueline Ortega doesn't doubt herself, you're wrong, okay? If you think that there are days that Liz Lugo doesn't doubt herself, you're wrong. If you think that there are not days that Bree and I doubt ourselves, you're wrong. But when we stop believing, we have to check ourselves, okay? You cannot allow yourself to sit in that place, because guess what happens? You're gonna stop taking action. Then you're never gonna get any results. And you're gonna affirm, like you're literally affirming the negative outcome and manifesting that, okay? So when you stop believing, you'll stop taking action. And one of the challenges with this business is you have to believe that you will hit your goal when the results haven't shown up yet, when you haven't even gotten your first market partner, when you haven't even gotten your first VIP, okay? Each month, we all start at zero. Each month, we make new goals. So if you write yourself off on the 15th of the month, oh, I'll try again next month, it's not gonna work for you. It's not. I'm sorry, I'm like tough loving you guys here, but I'm also not sorry, because I needed somebody to tell me this too, you know? You need to believe that you will hit your goal even when you haven't done it yet. Okay, so the results with businesses like this, I hear Caitlin Annell say this all the time. This business is cyclical. This business is cyclical. Meaning what you do right now shows up in over 90 days from now. What you do right now will not appear in front of you for at least 90 days. Does that mean you're gonna stop because it's not here right now? No, hell no, okay? I wanna talk about like the 20 and 30 thing, because that's something that for me, I'm in love with the 20 and 30 by Eric Worre, and I'm doing it, I'm prepping myself to start on March 1st. And I'm doing it personally. Like this is just something I'm doing for my personal business that I'm choosing to do. If you guys want to look into it, I suggest you do it. But the way that this business works is like, go crazy, go in a frenzy, like go hard and it'll show up later. So when we say 20 and 30, we're not talking about like week 1, we got 5 market partners. Week 2, we got 5 market partners. Week 3, we got 5 market partners. Yes, that's ideal. Yes, that's consistent traction, but that's not the reality of it. That's just kind of how we check, like, have we accomplished our goal? Are we doing the things we needed to get there? The way that it works is you're most likely to get most of them in the last 7 days. And the first 23 days, if you quit because you're like, I'm 23 days in and I didn't even get one, you're screwing yourself because you're right there, right before it's about to explode for you. And that's just kind of like a short summary, like 30 days is like short and sweet. But how about if you're working this business for 4 months? How about if you're working this business for 6 months? Alicia Jackson, who's in the top 25 income earners in this company, didn't get a single market partner for 5 months. 5 months, you guys. She didn't stop. She was consistent every day. And that's literally 20 and 30. So literally go on YouTube, 20 and 30, Eric Worre. I'll drop it in the chat after. But it's just a YouTube video that he has. And he kind of like breaks down everything you need to know. Everything I learned is in that video. And I rewatch it all the time. That's where I got the airplane analogy that I talk about too. But anyways, Alicia Jackson, she didn't give up and she's now making a couple $100,000 a month. So if she would have stopped after month 5 and been like, you know what, I gave it more than 90 days, I gave it 5 freaking months, she would not be there. She would not be living the life that she gets to live now. So a lot of people give up right before the results kick in, okay? You have to understand the true purpose of what your goal is, all right? So the true purpose of setting a goal is not to actually hit the goal. And you might be like, WTF, like you set a goal not to hit it, but like people will literally define their success or failure on hitting an arbitrary number that they set for themselves, right? And that's setting yourself up for failure, because it's much easier to say that I didn't give it my all than it is to push for that bigger goal, right? It's much easier to say that's not going to happen for me than it is to go for it. So if you go for the 20 and 30, and let's say you get 7 market partners, 7 isn't even 50% of 20, okay? Just so we're clear, like that would be defined as failure. If you're looking at the 20 number and you're like, oh my God, I failed, right? But think about where you started with 0. Guys, you only need 8 lines to be a senior executive director. You need 8 runners for sure, but you only need 8, okay? Yes, you're gonna go through people that don't wanna do the work. Yes, you're gonna go through people that are not available for the shifts. Yes, you're gonna have people that honestly are kind of freaking crazy. We're in the business of working with people. It's just a huge variable, you know? But at the end of the day, the purpose isn't to hit the goal, it's to grow into the type of person that can achieve the goal, okay? So it's not about the goal, it's about the growth, okay? Success is not gonna be some rank, success is not gonna be some number. Success is about you showing up every day through the nose, you showing up every day through the feet aches, and I don't wanna take a shower, and I hate my job, and I'm still gonna have a conversation with somebody because maybe I can help somebody. Maybe I can make that little bit of a difference. It's going to get me closer to my goal. That's going to help me grow into the person that doesn't have to serve tables. That's the truth. That's what the success is it's your growth, okay? Your success or failure when you decide to show up and do the work. That's what determines your success. So in my book, if you're showing up every day and you're on day 6, you are 6 days into your own success. Okay, not into hitting some rank, not into your goal, like your arbitrary numerical goal, but you're 6 days successful. All right. And the real thing about it is, what is it that's driving you to work, right? So when we talk about like, I should just be further along than I am, like, I don't allow myself to say that. I think that sometimes, like, it comes up and I'm like, sis, go read a book. You're wrong. You're wrong. You have to earn it. I should be further along than I am. What makes you think that? Okay. We will never feel like we're going fast enough. As business owners, as people, we want instant gratification. We want it now. But what is actually driving you to want to do the work? Why is it important for you to get to your goal? That's something that you can only ask yourself. And the only reason that you'll feel impatient along the way is because you believe that hitting that goal means something, that'll make you feel better than you feel right now. And the thought of, when I have this amount of following, when I have this title, when I have this, that, if I had your team, I could sit up there and talk. How many of you guys have thought that? If I had your team, I could do that. If I had your experiences, if I had your network, if I had your Instagram page, that the reality of it is that having those things will never make you feel better than you can feel right now in this moment. And it's all about your mind, because that is coming from a place of scarcity. That is coming from a place of fear, of not having enough, of not feeling enough, of lack. It's a lack mindset. And you must make the shift. You're the only person that can do it, to shift to abundance, that there is more than enough. There is more than enough for you. There's more than enough for me. There's more than enough for the next person that comes along. There are so many people that I'm going to impact, and I don't even know their names yet. I'm looking at 3 people on my screen right now on my phone: Charlene, Keishla, and Alex. Guys, 5 months ago, didn't know your name. 5 months ago, no idea who these people were. But guess what? I knew they were coming. And guess what? You need to know that there are people coming and you don't know their names. You might think your best friend, Sally, Susie, you guys have been best friends forever. You would love to work with her, and this just ain't for her. And she's going to sit on the sidelines for 3, 4, 5 years and watch you go. She'll watch you. And if you get hung up on working with Sally, Susie, or whoever, you're never going to find your own success on your own. Okay? That's holding you back, because guess what that is? That's a scarcity mindset of, oh, that's the person I know. That's who I know right now. That's my best friend right now. Guys, Melanie joined this business a year ago, and I had no idea I would have her tattooed on my skin. Okay, like, this is my best friend. And if I had been so hung up on working with the best friends that I had, I couldn't make room for better friends. Does that make sense? We have to stay in an abundance mindset. It's a completely different shift. So ask yourself, what are the emotions and the feelings that are driving what you're doing? Every single day we make decisions based on our thoughts, based on our feelings, abundance or scarcity, right? When you get up, you brush your teeth, the next thing that you do throughout your day, it's like you're either trying to be more than you are because you don't feel like you're enough, or you're offering all that you have to give. You get to choose that. Nobody gets to do that besides you. And for me, that was the biggest thing. I was literally serving tables, and I hated serving other people. I wanted nothing to do with serving other people. And here I am now. I'm like, how can I help? How can I give out? And I know that it starts with giving into me. I know Melanie put it so perfectly. You can't pour from an empty cup. You guys know that's like my trademark. I feel like I should put that in my bio at some point. But like, you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you're not doing the things to make you feel good, taking care of you, if you're not showing up consistently, you'll never feel good enough. If you're not showing up consistently, your conversations are going to suck because you're only having them once a week. But if you're doing them consistently, they're going to consistently get better, and you'll build confidence with yourself because you're like, I said I was going to do this 7 days in a row and I did it. Then when you go into the conversation, you're not like, oh, I don't know if this business is going to work out for me, or like, hey, I think I might have something that might be for you. It's like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I feel so good doing it. Do you want to feel this way too? Right? It's a completely different posture, which Daniel G talks about. I literally love him. My boyfriend hates me for it, but Daniel G is the best. If you guys don't follow him, go follow him. The truth is that you are worthy of your goals, of your growth, not because of what you do, but because of who you are, because you're consistent, because you're disciplined, because you're committed. Not because of what you have, not because you have an Instagram following. Let me tell you real quick, the people with the Instagram followings that you think would kill it in this business will not kill it, because guess what? They're in it for the instant gratification. And then when it comes to helping people along the journey and like whatever, what have you, it's a totally different conversation. So whether you have 500 followers, you have 500 followers, you guys. There are people that start their Instagram accounts with 0. We all did, you know? And I think that, the way that you should think about it is like, yes, we set these goals, not to hit the goals, but to grow, and understand that the process is going to be your prize. Little girls want the payoff. They want the accolades, they want the cars, they want the trips. And like, honestly, you guys, the car has never been a motivator for me. The trip, that shit lights me up. I don't know if you guys saw my stories the other day, but I just realized I'm going full blown psycho over here because I'm going to earn a trip. Like, I'm a Wanderlust girl. Like, that's just me. But those things come from allowing the process to refine you. And a grown woman understands that that's where the prize is in the refinement. I know the woman that's on the trip in October, sitting on the beach, is going to be not me right now. It's going to be a completely refined, like a polished version of me, a better version of me. That's what we're here to chase after every single day. All right. I know we're at 10 o'clock, so I want to like kind of hurry this up a little bit. So understanding where your confidence comes from and is that it's not something that people are born with. Okay. I think for so long that was like me. I was like, I'm born confident. Like, I'm good. I'm not worried. Like, I was cocky, and it came from a place of insecurity and, this like shell of confidence. But the reality is that I used to think, when I have the team, I'll be confident. When I have the car, I'll be confident, because that reel I'm going to post is going to be so good, right? Like, I'm going to let all my girls drive my car, and then I'm going to empower them to feel good. But that's looking for something external, right? So like, oh, when I get the big paycheck, I'll feel confident, right? How many of us have thought that? When I can rave on the 15th of the month, girl, rave about the 15th of the month now. Do it internally. Stop looking for things outside of you, because it starts here. That's the biggest thing I want to stress is like, I think coming into this business, we see the external. And I love that Melanie said that that's like who I am attracted her to the business, because I couldn't put it any other way. The car will get someone to DM you. The trip will catch someone's eye, yes. But the reason that they say yes and trust you is because they see the growth and the transformation. Transformation within you, okay? Confidence is something you build inside of you with your thoughts and your beliefs, all right? A lot of people look to the external. Don't be that person. Your confidence is going to be a byproduct of that belief, and belief is just a story that you tell yourself, all right? Belief is the story you tell yourself. So like Bree said, she wakes up, she's like, I'm going to get out of bed, I'm going to have a good day. She's telling herself a story before it happens. Imposter syndrome will always be a thing. You're always going to feel like, yeah, but I just don't see it yet. Yeah, but it just hasn't happened yet. I haven't had the good day yet, like it hasn't happened yet. But my phone's at 20%. But I will be honest with you, there are still days that I'm like, am I worthy of this? Like, you guys are cheering me on, telling me like, oh, you're a queen. I'm a human being. I'm not a queen. Let's be real. Like, but at the end of the day, it's like that will always be there, and it will never go away. I will never tell you that it won't, but you putting your walls up to those thoughts, you being aware of those thoughts and shutting them down, makes you the queen. Okay. That's what makes you a queen, not the stuff that you have, but your ability to empower yourself. Okay. When you empower yourself, you'll be able to empower other people. Like, it starts with you. And I think, so often we're like, how do I get people to like, look at what I'm doing? How do I get people to, you don't get people to do anything. You work on you. And just the magic that happens is what brings people in. But manifestation is nothing without inspired action. Okay. That I read that somewhere one time, because for me, manifestation was always like super woo-woo. It's like not my thing. I'm like, affirmation. And like the first time Bree told us to like say I am affirmations, or like do post-it notes and like put them up on the wall or whatever, I was like, okay, all right. But then once I walk by the mirror and I'm like, I am confident, I am sexy, I am this, I'm like looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like, okay, all right, girl. And the reality of it is, I have done much more research since then. I understand how it works. It's nothing without inspired action. So your reaction of reading it and acting that way is the sauce, all right? The secret sauce. So all of that being said, some of the best tangibles that I can give you guys: constantly learn, constantly improve yourself, release the need to feel validated by your results. Release the need to be validated by somebody saying yes to the business. You don't need somebody to say yes to the business to make you feel good. Make yourself feel good right now, and then all that shit will happen, you know? When it comes to some of the best books that have changed my mindset, John Maxwell, anything John Maxwell, literally everything John Maxwell. Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn is one of the best books. Leader Shift. You might not think you're a leader right now, but guess what? You're leading people every day. Okay. You're leading the chats when you say good morning. You're leading your followers on your stories down your journey. You're leading your family when you cook them dinner. You're inspiring them to eat whatever it is that you're making. You know, your kids are going to be 25 years old and they're going to remember that time that mom made that dinner, and like that makes her think of mom. You're leading people every single day. So get over your damn self is a good one, but Leader Shift, I really feel like, is probably the top one that if you guys only buy one book, Leader Shift from me, in my opinion. Think and Grow Rich is like no, I don't want to say a Bible because, you know, your girl's holy, but Think and Grow Rich is that book that I always go back to when I feel lost. And it's kind of like a guide to mastering your mind. Think and Grow Rich. It talks about having a burning desire that, you know, if people can question what you're doing, they can question what you're doing and you've already lost, you know? And the affirmations, it's called auto suggestions in the book because it was written in like the 30s or something. It's like old people text, but that's really breaking down affirmations very well is in Think and Grow Rich. So that's it for me. Commit to your IPAs, commit to your daily routine for yourself, commit to the trainings that are provided for you. Like, we don't do these for us, you know, like we do these for other people so that we can, like, it's funny because I came into this wanting to go last because I wanted to be inspired first. That's the reality of it, is I wanted Bree to set the tone so I could come in after. And it's like, the truth is you need to pour into you daily. And if you're not doing that, you will struggle. So cut out, if you know what you need to do to not struggle, just do it for yourself, for you, and prioritize you. But that's all I have. I am gonna read the chat real quick. You Are a Badass is a good one. Yeah. Rip the Band-Aid off. Oh, hell yeah, Alex. She just reached out to 15 people right now. Awesome. All right. Do you guys have like any questions? Anything like that? If you don't know, ask. And if you don't ask, you won't get. So no. All right. Well,
I don't
thank
have
you
a
guys.
question, but Angela, there's like a giant spider on that wall behind you. Did anybody else see that? It's like
That's a
up
hole
there.
in the wall.
No. It's up above. I just saw a huge spider. Like, I just feel like you should know.
Wait, I have to see this.
Yeah.
Kyle. But yeah.